Hello fellow Hunters of the Blue, and welcome to my channel. I'm very proud to present you today a video sponsored by Vallejo. Vallejo asked me to make a video about how to use the amazing game color range from start to finish. You can consider this a one-on-one guide on game color all the way from the most basic stuff to the advanced techniques. This is not a review of the range and it is a fully paid video, so you should consider it for all intents and purposes an advertisement. That being said, game color has been my go-to range for a while now, and it's also the range I've used in all of my live masterclasses and live demos. I love this range and it's an honor to guide you through each step of the process on how to use it. We will be painting a humble Bretonnian horse from Warhammer The Old World in this video. If you like the result and want to check the full guide, it will be available in my Patreon at the time you watch this video. The link will be in the description. Now, let's get cracking. Let's start with the very basics. I highly recommend you use a wet palette. Wet palettes extend the working time of acrylic paints, allowing us to preserve the paint's properties for longer and making our life easier. My personal choice of wet palette is the Redgrass XL, but just know that you can use any brand and even make your own very easily. Game color paints come in what is known as the BSL or Base Shadow Light system. It might sound complicated for the newer painters, but it's actually a simple triad color system that means you will always find in the Vallejo game color rack a suitable base coat, shadow and highlight color next to each other following the chromatic scale. It makes choosing your colors very easy. But don't be afraid to move away from it or even mix your own colors. You can achieve amazing effects if you play around and experiment a bit. Game color formulation is surprisingly stable and requires very minimal shaking. It's also nice and fluid out of the bottle, as you can see. There are several ways to approach painting a mini, and none of them are incorrect, but I've chosen to start base coating with my darkest tone for the horse body. In my case, it is a mix of dark flesh tone and black, which give us a nice and rich warm hue. Despite the great leveling properties of the paint, I still recommend you thin out your paints with water. I usually just load my brush with some nice clean water and mix it into the paint until I'm happy with the consistency and the paint flows nicely off the brush. I prefer to use a large natural hair brush as I find it makes for a softer and more uniform application. Just use your brush to spread the paint on the model smoothly. Paint is better applied gently and using brushstrokes that follow the natural shapes of the sculpt, and despite the great coverage, you will need 2 thin coats for a perfect first base coat. Just make sure the first base coat is fully dry before applying the second one to avoid lifting the previous work and ending with a terrible result. Game color dries considerably slower than other paints, and that is by design. You just have to be patient at these early stages or use a low power hair dryer to speed up the drying time. Although the game color range doesn't really separate in the droppers themselves, the colors maintain a really nice consistency in the droppers, they can split a little bit on a wet palette, and you can see here that this dark flesh tone is starting to separate. This is a normal behavior, don't worry about it, it's not a big deal. You just have to remix it and the color will be perfect again. Just mix it again with your brush and the paint will be perfectly usable. We now have a super smooth and perfectly matte base coat, and it's time to start highlighting our model. One of the most effective ways of doing it is by doing layers of thin down paint. By thinning down the paint, we make it more transparent, and by staggering those transparent layers, we create the illusion of a color transition. I will use dark flesh tone for my first highlight. I highly suggest you thin down your paint little by little as shown here, testing the consistency against the palette paper until we get to the desired result. It's very important we don't load our brush too much or we can lose control of the paint. Directionality is also very important here. Move the brush in the direction you want the highlights to go, and your transition will be smoother. That being said, you can always repeat the process in the opposite direction, increasing the smoothing effect even more, but don't over-obsess too much with the smoothness, especially in these early stages, as the final highlights will naturally attract more attention and the slight choppiness here will be practically invisible. We move upwards in the BSL system using Parasite Prime to bring our highlights even further and making the volumes of the miniature more prominent. We could stop here, but I want to show you how we can take this humble horse to the next level. I could just move to the lighter tone in the BSL system bronze brown, but I chose to mix in some bone white into the Parasite brown instead to desaturate the highlights a bit more. Instead of always highlighting using the smooth transitions, we can play with texture in our highlights. Stippling is all the rage nowadays, and it's a fantastic technique to add some subtle texture to an otherwise flat surface. Game color paints are quite pure in their composition, so they mix like a dream. I actually brought the highlights up to pure bone white to make the horse nice and shiny looking. Washes are an incredible tool at your disposal. Yes, you can use them to shade very effectively and easily your models, but we can also use them to create color variations and modulation. I'm going to do just that in the horse's hoofs. I will make a black wash just by mixing water into the black, and I will apply it towards the end of the legs. Because game color dries slower than other paints, we have time to clean the brush and use that same brush to feather out the wash into the leg to make an instant smooth transition. I chose to highlight the black sections of the horse with cold colors to balance out the paint job, as the body is very warm and is super easy with the BSL system. And with some extra details, the horse is finished. I really wish this video was useful for you, whether you are starting your hobby journey or are a seasoned painter looking to get better. I think I covered all the bases on how to start working with game color, but of course, most of what we talked here is applicable to all paint brands, and I also hope if you were having issues with the core foundations of this amazing hobby, this video had the solution you were looking for. Once again, thanks to Vallejo for sponsoring this video, and thanks to all of the people that make these videos possible. You know who you are. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.